I always have to praise developers when they come up with brand new unique content, especially in the gaming industry where we see so many remakes, reboots, and remasters or copy and pastes of other games, but sometimes they just don't see the mistakes that they're making. And now this brand new game, Relooted, is getting wrecked on the internet because it depicts black people from Africa being thieves to steal from the West and give back to the African people. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, of course, sometimes people come up with new ideas and they just don't hit the mark. People are not very impressed with them, and Relooted is definitely one of these games right now. When I initially saw this trailer, I wasn't particularly wowed. It does have quite a bit of gameplay, and I think that that's good because so many times now, especially with AAA games, they just give us like CGI trailers, and that's not going to get me excited. Like, I'm buying a game, not a movie, so show me gameplay. But this gameplay doesn't look particularly amazing to me. The graphics, I don't think look very good either. It's just not a game that I personally had a lot of interest in. Though, when you get to the story, oof, that is when you really start questioning a lot of the decisions behind this game. So if you don't know what it is a high-tech heist game about reclaiming African artifacts from Western collections, which are said to hold 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage. I also want to read the Epic Games Store description, which says, announcing Relooted, an African futurist heist game where you reclaim real African looted artifacts from Western museums. And this has not gone over well with gamers. Honestly, I haven't seen any praise for this. Now, again, I think that it is a perfectly fine game to exist if that's really what the developers wanted to create. I'm not here to police developers on what they can and cannot make, but while I support them having this game in existence, just like I would with Dustboard or Concord or Flintlock the Siege of Dawn or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, that doesn't mean that it is immune from criticism. That doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and just praise it blindly and say, oh my gosh, this is a great game, because this isn't. This looks abysmal, and everybody agrees that this story is really fucking questionable. Would your platform allow a game about whites stealing from African museums? See, this is the problem, is that if you started switching around skin colors of characters, this game would not be able to exist. No platform would host it. No platform would allow it. And sure, I know people are going to bring up like Tomb Raider saying, oh my gosh, well, Lara Croft is a white woman that's going around taking artifacts. That's why, of course, we've seen so many companies like Crystal Dynamics try to, reboot Lara so many times and make her more sympathetic to the groups that she is actually looting from, which I think, of course, is absurd. You can have a character who happens to have a white skin color going around collecting artifacts. It's not like she's doing it because she's trying to specifically steal from a group of people based on race. Like, don't make it racist when it's not racist. And no, I'm clearly not alone in this analysis. Somebody said, so basically skip this and play this game instead. Thanks for the heads up. I loved Prototype. I'm so sad that we're probably never going to get another Prototype game. You've got Nerdrotic saying, oh lordy. John Douglas saying, how does it feel to be dragged like this? Take your time. I mean, there are really no positive comments here. It's like the majority of people think that this is an absolutely ridiculous concept. Now, apparently the development team is, yes, a very small one. It consists of 30 people, and it's a diverse team. So maybe there are individuals that are affiliated with this project who, felt that it wasn't a big deal and thought that this was a really cool design concept and story concept. And I'm glad, again, that they felt passionate enough to make it, but at the same time, the way that it looks from the outside is not a positive picture. Where are the Egyptian artifacts and the Egyptian characters? Wow, Egypt probably has more artifacts than all of the rest of Africa combined. You seem to forget Egypt is in Africa. This looks so stupid. Most of those artifacts wouldn't exist today if they hadn't been saved by the British. I love how you actually understand how they got these artifacts. It was during their colonial era where they were taking over civilizations. They were taking their artifacts. What's so unethical about some of these? You've got people pointing out, in 2021, how Fortnite was under fire after failing to disable the whip emote during an MLK event. I mean, there are so many memes here and posts here, and sure, representation is good. In video games, movies, TV shows, inclusivity is a good thing when done naturally. And I don't think that they decided to just put Black characters in this game to make some sort of statement about racism. I feel like maybe they just thought, hey, our cast is going to be Black people, and they're going to be something close to a Tomb Raider. They're going to be thieves. But this paints a very specific picture in people's minds, and it really does come across as just a very bad situation in general. I personally would have never thought to have made a game where Black people are thieves and they're stealing. Just sounds kind of racist, to be honest, and there are clearly a lot of people who feel the same exact way. Making a game about Black people stealing, like, did they not think about how that would look from the outside in? It probably would have been better if they had just made a team of characters where like half of them were Black and then half of them were like other ethnicities, and you could just end up picking the character that you wanted, but that's not what they're going for here. What's exactly the target audience for this? Probably the modern audience, which doesn't really exist. There's only a couple of hundred people that could be actually called the modern audience or a part of that group. Now, we do see, of course, the pages up for this. The Epic Games Store page is up, but so is the Steam, and the community discussions tab is absolutely blowing up. Now, there are some people who are trolling here, and there are some people who are genuinely confused by this game and who it actually is being made for. Now, they are not moderating it yet, but I'm sure that they are going to have to. Oh, actually, there are some threads that have been locked here. Let's actually take a peek and see if it's Steam. Nope, developer. It is locked via the dev. So they are starting to lock them down, actually, but they're not locking a lot down. It will be interesting to see if they actually decide to like put a lot of time and effort into this. I feel like they just have absolutely buried their game at this point. I mean, the trailer that Epic had uploaded is sitting at 4.7 million views with 7.3k likes, 3.6k reposts, and 5k comments. So that is not looking good for them. And maybe this game will come out and it will be genuinely fun. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know yet. And maybe I will give it a chance when it comes out. Typically, I give these titles a chance. I've played Dustborn, I played Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I played Flintlock, I played Concord. I play these titles so that, first of all, if I'm streaming it and there's 100 people there, maybe 99 of you don't purchase it if it's a pile of trash and you saved money, but maybe it is really good and you play it. And I try to give things a chance because sometimes trailers and teasers are not good, and then you get around to actually giving it a shot and it's really fun. Though I have zero hype for this, and I think that this ratio is fucking hilarious. I think that it is so funny that they are getting absolutely blasted by gamers at this point. So I'll be keeping my eye on this game. Maybe it will come out. Maybe it will be a smashing success. I can't say for certain, but right now it is not looking good for the Relooted team. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.